where Union Minister Amit Shah is in fact having a lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller is what we've been given to understand. Remember, this is the BJP in a campaign mode in poll-bound state of Bengal, and these are pictures in fact of Amit Shah right now sharing lunch and having lunch at the residence of a rickshaw puller. And it's a huge message that the BJP is giving to the people of Bengal. He's in fact appealed to the electorate to vote for peace, prosperity and development. And of course, these are pictures that are significant of the BJP's outreach really to this community. The Home Minister right now is having a lunch with a rickshaw puller. This is in the house of a rickshaw puller. Of course, Amit Shah is campaigning in Shingur there. Well, this is a significant development. Remember, Shingur also is politically extremely a significant place, given the fact that this was the hotbed of the agitation that was launched by Mamata Banerjee about a decade ago to defeat the CPIM in the state of Bengal that had ruled for over 3 decades, in fact, close to 4 decades. Today, he is, in fact, Amit Shah, having a lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller. These are pictures, in fact, coming in from there, where he is having lunch with a rickshaw puller at his house. And this is not the first time that Amit Shah has had a lunch at the house of rickshaw puller or other ordinary karyakartas of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's having lunch now at the house of a rickshaw puller, and these are pictures coming in from Shingur. Listen in to the rickshaw puller who in fact saw a high-profile visitor today in the form of Amit Shah. Listen in to what he had to say.
আমরা তো বাঙালি আমরা মাছ মাংস সব খাই ওরা উনি বললে না দেন আমরা তো মাছ মাংস খাই না ওরা নিরামিষ করতে হয়
তো কবে থেকে রান্না বান্না শুরু করলেন প্রিপারেশন কবে থেকে শুরু করলেন
আজ কালকে বলেছে 12টার সময় আমরা তাড়াতাড়ি করে সব পরিষ্কার করে ওরা লোক দিয়ে সব মজলা নোংরা পরিষ্কার করেছে করে তারপর আমরা আজকে সকালবেলা দোকান বাজার করে বইদের বললু যে রান্নাটা করে
All right, so there you have heard from one of the family members there who's speaking about the fact that she in fact started the preparation for the lunch for Amit Shah. After all, he's the Home Minister of the country and campaigning right now in Bengal for the next phase of elections. He was lunching with a rickshaw puller. In fact, these are pictures on your screen of Amit Shah having lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller earlier from today. He's campaigning in Shingur. Significant developments vis-a-vis the kind of outreach that the BJP is making to all sections of the society in West Bengal. He was seen having lunch. These are pictures on your screen of the Union Home Minister. In fact, having a conversation with the other members of the family. Unclear who the other person is, but was serving him lunch a while ago. He's sharing lunch with a rickshaw puller at the residence of a rickshaw puller, and of course Amit Shah is campaigning in Shingur today. He's also conducting other road shows in the state of Bengal, where the high-octane political campaign continues. The name of the rickshaw puller is Shishir Sana, is what we are learning. Later on, it's also expected that he will continue with the campaign and be headed to Howrah, Madhya, is what we know. And then another rally at Behala Purba is what is expected. He's campaigning in Shingur. Remember, Shingur, other than Nandigram, was the hotbed of the agitation that was launched by the Trinamool Congress about a decade or so ago to defeat the erstwhile CPIM regime in the state of Bengal. Amit Shah is, of course, campaigning in the state, and these are pictures of him having lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller. We'll play out that soundbite of one of the family members also in just a bit once again. But there you see the lady of the house, it appears, who prepared lunch for him, is having a conversation with Amit Shah. These are pictures now, in fact, of her having a chat with Amit Shah. The rickshaw puller, of course, appears to be on the left side of the Home Minister. Significant development given the kind of outreach that the BJP is making to all sections of the society. He's campaigning in Shingur today, Union Home Minister, and earlier today he had lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller there. You can see those pictures of the other family members, presumably excited at the prospects of having a high-profile visitor there. Home Minister Amit Shah lunching with the rickshaw puller. Amit Shah's lunch with the rickshaw puller and his family is stormed Shingu today. He's campaigning, and what we also know is that he is holding other rallies today as well. He's headed to Howrah Madhya. That is also expected, and the next rally is going to take place in Behala Purba. The schedule, of course, is that he's campaigning in Shingu today. Later on in other places, like I mentioned, in Howrah Madhya at 3 expected, and of course at Behala Purba. Earlier today he had lunch today at the house of a rickshaw puller. You can see these pictures on your screen from the residence of the rickshaw puller there, where the Home Minister completed his meal. He's having a conversation with the family members. This is a big outreach to all sections of the society by the Bharatiya Janata Party with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who's been campaigning aggressively for the Bharatiya Janata Party, lunching with a rickshaw puller there. Surya Agni is getting us more details on that story. Surya Agni, what do you make of this move of the Home Minister there, having his lunch at the house of a rickshaw puller today?
Well, Sneha, this is not the first time that a heavyweight BJP leader has, arrived at the residence of a commoner to have a lunch or a snack during the evening. This is something that the other political parties, especially the Trinamool, has been criticizing and attacking the BJP top leadership, especially Amit Shah and JP Nadda, that just before the elections, Amit Shah and JP Nadda, they reached the houses of people, especially in the particular constituencies where the voting would be done, just for a photo op. This is the allegation, but time and again what we have seen, irrespective of the criticism, JP Nadda and especially Amit Shah keeps on repeating this particular, this luncheon session that they do with normal households, especially that we have seen in the past 1.5 months. Back to you, Sneha.
Getting us all of those details. Thanks for the moment. Amit Shah having his lunch there with the rickshaw puller today. He's campaigning in Shingur, like we've been talking about. Of course, there are other road shows also which are scheduled today. Surya Agni telling us this is not the first time the BJP has made an outreach of this kind. Well, we are